So today we are starting our hike, and I decided to do this video. So this is day one, and we are at the hotel. We're getting ready to go. It's a little crappy out there, a little worried about the weather, but it's supposed to the rain is supposed to go away, and it's supposed to be somewhat nice, I guess. Um, we're supposed to get a little bit of rain each day, but hopefully it doesn't rain all day, because that really sucks. We've done that before. You can see the water's kind of choppy out there. Right now we're in Grand Marais, and then we are going to catch a shuttle and go, and they're going to bring us to Lutsen, and then we're going to hike back up to Grand Marais. So that is our day number one. I will catch you up along the way with some pictures. Okay, here we are at the trailhead. We are finally on our way. So we had a little bit of a hiccup. The weather, as you can see, is super nice out now. It's actually a little bit too hot. So yeah, so when I say we, I am traveling with my mom and my brother and his wife and some friends that she works with. And we actually have 2 dogs with us. So I've never traveled with dogs before, or hiked with dogs. So we'll see how that goes. So we are about a half hour later than normal. We had to turn around after we got on the van into the shuttle because my brother forgot his hiking shoes in the car. So, but we weren't too far, so yeah, here we go. Hey everyone, so we made it to our first stop, and the weather was a little treacherous today because we were told that it was going to be, well, according to the weather guy, it was going to be about 60s, and it was maybe high 70s or so, mid to high 70s, I would say. And so it was there is a portion of the trail that had absolutely no breeze. As you can see here, on the lake that we're at, it has a breeze now. It has actually picked up a little bit since we got here. We've eaten supper, and so yeah, now just kind of chilling out until we go to bed. We saw a couple of loons already, and we saw some moose prints. We didn't see any moose yet, but hoping we do, but never know. But we did see some prints, and then we did see some wolf shit. So hopefully they all stay away and don't bother us. We're probably going to be putting up our food for the night, making sure that that is good for bears and they don't get into that. So yeah, so this is our first day, and it was a good hike, about 5.5 miles. Tomorrow we're doing about 10-ish or so, so double the miles, but hopefully we will be leaving a little bit sooner. Yeah, so we plan on getting up a little bit earlier and heading out, getting some breakfast in us, and then heading out. So I guess I will see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. So here we are, day 2, and getting ready to go. We've had our breakfast and we had some scrambled eggs and some hamburger, and we had way too much, and we couldn't get rid of it from anybody else. So we are gonna have to pack that out, which really sucks because now it's super heavy. So yeah, so we are gonna today we plan on hiking about 10 miles or something like that. It depends on how far we get today. It depends on how much less we have to do the next day. So, and as for soreness, I'm sore. So my calves are kind of killing me. Um, and the weather is beautiful. It's probably, again, a little too warm, a little more warmer than we expected again. But there's a nice breeze coming through, and so hopefully we're not too shaded by the trees and we feel this breeze most of the day. So yeah, I'll see you later on. Hey, so I did a video and then all of a sudden I wasn't taking video anymore. So I'll start all over, I guess. We are about halfway, and the weather condition, it is better than yesterday. It's got a little bit of a cool breeze versus just the hotter breeze, I guess. It's a little bit cooler, but not a lot because we're still all pretty sweaty. So we are going to go about 45 more minutes or something like that and get some water because some of us need water replenished. I will give you a pretty cool view here of Lake Superior. Yeah, so yesterday we at our campsite now, is it's not as great as the other one was, like I said, but it's not near a water source, so it is, but it isn't. We on our way up here, we had to hike a lot of stairs, and it's when you have to do that at the end of the day. It's kind of so we and then I'm like, well, that's probably our water source right there, and we just passed it. Should we fill up before we even go up these steps? But we didn't. We went back down and made sure we carried all of our stuff with us because, well, all of our water carrying stuff, and filled everything up, and so that we wouldn't have to go back down there this morning or anything like that before we left. Ended up taking a bath in the creek. It felt really good after the long day. My pants and shirt and bra are still wet because there's no, it's all cloud coverage or tree coverage up here. There's no anything. Like the sun barely peeks through a little bit, and by the time we were done, it was a little bit later on in the day. So clothes didn't get dry. So my clothes are gonna be a little wet today, which is fine because it rained last night. It thundered, and it was about 2:30. It started, but now it's just dripping from the trees. So that's good. Here is the view for our toilet, which is probably the better of everything. So if you want to take a shit, you got a beautiful view. So a couple of us did get some ticks on us last night, but I think it was mainly just the people that have the friends that have the dogs. So I think it was more because of that, because the rest of us didn't have any on us. So the trail was pretty excruciating yesterday. There was a couple of one of them was because a bridge was out, and so you had to go down the ravine and back up it. The one friend is going to leave today after this hike, and that was on purpose. She left her car at that next checkpoint, and then the other two friends plan on leaving with her because it was pretty excruciating yesterday, and they haven't done a lot of trips. So they're going to be leaving, and we'll see how we all feel. We might be cutting it a day short. We'll see. And so we will see how today goes, and I'll see you later. So we are almost done with our third day. You can see that I am all sweaty and it's sticky, and mosquitoes are crazy. Even though I put mosquito stuff on, they're still nuts. So when we get settled in Panama, I have decided to go back to school, and I decided to go back to school to be a meteorologist because this is a little ridiculous. It's probably about 70s. It's definitely not 60s, that's for sure. So I'm really glad that I put the same clothes on that I had the last couple of days. I, of course, switched out my underwear and socks, but everything else is the same. And I'm glad that they were pretty wet this morning and wet and damp, and that cooled me off a little bit, but not for very long. So we have, so some of the highlights that we saw, that Minnesota state flower, the lady slipper, that was pretty cool to see. Then we've definitely seen the two Minnesota state birds. And for some of you, if you didn't know that we have two state birds, yes, Minnesota does. And the one is the loon. That's the official state bird. I wanted to take a picture, but they were pretty far out there, and The picture wouldn't have been that very clear. And so the other state bird, you're probably wondering, what's that? Well, for those of you who live in Minnesota, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It, of course, is the mosquito. So we've had plenty of encounters with those. So we have decided that we are going to cut our trip short and call it a day, or call it a trip after we get done with this leg here. Because it's supposed to start raining tonight or this afternoon. Right now it's about 12:30, 1-ish. So it's supposed to start raining, and then it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. And yes, I have hiked in the rain before, but it's not really all that fun. So we're just gonna go out today and get a ride to the vehicle. So that will conclude our trip. And I'll let you know if you see this video posted. It will mean that I actually did make it the whole way out here. Oh, I'm dying.